Joining me now is Kristen Welker from NBC's Meet the Press. Kristen, you have a very timely interview this morning with Ukrainian President Zelensky. It comes after President Trump called both him and Russian President Putin to launch negotiations to end this years-long war in Ukraine. So what did Zelensky tell you about how he views Trump's peace plan?
Well, President Zelensky saying right now he doesn't think there is an actual peace plan. He was also adamant he is not going to accept any deal that is cut without Ukraine at the table. And he warned that Ukraine has intelligence showing, he said, that more than 100,000 Russian troops are amassing in Belarus. Putin saying for a training mission. But President Zelensky warning it could be a sign that Putin is eyeing the possibility of going into NATO nations as early as this summer. He also warned the U.S. against pulling out of NATO, saying that that could leave all of Europe vulnerable. We're learning this morning that U.S. officials, including the Secretary of State, are traveling to Saudi Arabia in the coming days to meet with Russian officials about a potential peace plan. Ukrainians will not be there. I've confirmed that both with Ukrainians and U.S. officials. One U.S. official telling me that they're going to hold talks with the Russians, then talks with the Ukrainians, and then ultimately they hope everyone together. This is how Ukraine is responding. One top official telling me it's dangerous to speak with enemies before you speak with allies. Ukraine's position remains unchanged. We need to have a joint position of Ukraine, the U.S., and Europe before any negotiations with Putin.
Yeah, Kristen, it's a big interview this morning. A lot of people will be watching that carefully. We also want to talk about tariffs, with the president announcing some new ones this week. We're hearing about possible retaliation. So how will these escalating trade tensions hit everyday Americans?
Well, that is the big question that remains to be seen. History tells us, and quite frankly, economists of all stripes tell us as well, that ultimately consumers bear the brunt of tariffs. Now, look, we are seeing prices tick up. We just got a new inflation report that showed that inflation has ticked up as well. Trump got elected on a promise, in part, to lower prices. He said he would do that on day one. And now we are seeing, quite frankly, the opposite. So to what extent will prices go up? How long will that last? Politically speaking, these new tariffs are very risky. For his part, President Trump saying it's the best way to counter a flow of drugs across the border, illegal immigration. But again, if prices tick up, some consumers could see that as violating one of his key campaign promises. We'll have to see how it all plays out, Dan.
Okay, Kristen, thanks. Always appreciate you taking the time to talk to folks in Atlanta.
Thank you.
And Meet the Press airs at 10 right after 11 Alive Weekend Morning News.